is formative assessment? How is formative assessment different from summative assessment? How many formative assessments should be included in the unit planner? Should they be graded? Can I have informal formative assessments? What kinds of formative assessments should I implement? And how formative assessments affect the final grade? I'm Adilia Galamova, and in this video, I will address all these questions. Formative assessment, also known as assessment for learning or any assessment for which the first priority in its design and practice is to serve the purpose of promoting students' learning. An assessment activity can help learning if it provides information that teachers and their students can use as feedback in assessing themselves and one another and in modifying the teaching and learning activities in which they are engaged. Formative assessments are conducted during teaching or instruction to improve teaching and learning practices. The information that teachers gain from formative assessments may compel teachers to modify teaching plans for the class. The key of formative assessments is to make ongoing changes and improve students' learning before it's too late. Moreover, formative assessments can help teachers identify students' learning needs and differentiate activities. It's a powerful tool for effective teaching in achieving teaching and learning objectives. Formative assessments are formative not only for teachers, but also for students. Students need to understand the intentions and purpose of formative assessments. Students should see formative assessments as positive experiences that facilitate their growth and success. They should be perceived by students as evidence of their current progress to actively manage and adjust their own learning, and it also helps them track their educational goals. Summative assessments are assessments of learning and conducted at the end of the unit to evaluate students' knowledge and skills. In contrast to formative assessments, it's too late to adjust or modify instructions or teaching and learning practices after summative assessments. However, I encourage you to reflect on the summatives because you can redirect your unit in the future based on students' results. Summative assessment can identify weak areas in the teaching process and improve the quality of teaching and learning with the next group of students. So if we can make adjustments immediately with formatives, summative provides a long-term effect. Reflection on the design and results of the summative assessments gives us information on how well it's aligned with the inquiry statement, teaching and learning practices, and of course, formative assessments. In other words, constructive alignment leads to the validity of the assessment. As many as you feel are needed to ensure that your students are well prepared for the summative assessment. So your formative assessments should provide students with multiple opportunities to practice and to receive feedback on the development of knowledge, understanding, and skills they need to demonstrate in the summative assessment task. Please remember that feedback is a powerful tool of the incremental process of ongoing learning. Providing frequent and ongoing feedback is a powerful means of improving achievement in learning. Feedback provides opportunities for dialogue and reflection. Ongoing feedback helps students become lifelong learners by facilitating self-reflection. Reflection fosters self-efficacy in students' autonomy. I encourage you not only give students feedback, but also let them practice it by providing opportunities for peer and self-assessment. So again, you are not limited to the number of formative assessments, but you need to make sure that you have at least 2 formative assessments per unit. Formative assessments can be graded, but the grades should not affect the final grade for quarter, semester, or year. So formative assessments do not directly affect the final result, but prepare for the final result. But when identifying trends based on specific criteria, teachers also apply their professional judgment, informed by formative assessment results that reflect the student's learning progress. So formative assessment provides evidence of progress and sometimes can be a decisive factor in resolving borderline cases. Yes, some assessments could be informal. They might occur naturally during lessons or activities without pre-planning. They're usually not documented, and that's okay, as long as students are still receiving feedback. Even verbal, that's fine. The teacher decides the methods used for formative assessments. These may include observations, class discussions, debates, quizzes, oral responses, written tasks, self-assessment, and peer assessment. The most important, again, I will highlight that the purpose of formative assessments is to equip students with knowledge, understanding, and skills they need to succeed in the summative assessment task. I hope you found this video useful. If you would like to learn more about assessments, visit my website and check out my online course, Assessment to Support Students' Learning.